Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chapter 5, The Deadly Life of the Killing School Campaign. Greenhead is going to be joining us a little later. He's still on a plane coming from Japan. Not going to be back for another hour or so.
And Wisteria, well, they're online. I believe they're setting something up.
Yes. But
so within the next minute or so.
Yes, we are ready.
Now where were we?
Yes. But anyway, we have Xavier here, we have Circe here, and we have a Will here. Who,
where were we with Richie again? Oh yeah, he was breaking down sobbing. Speaking of that, here's me, breaking down sobbing.
I totally didn't almost miss the game because I took a nap.
Aww. Hey, it's a Wisteria. Just in time.
You're just in time to see me cry.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Word. Why do we do the sword steps again?
I am so ready to see Will's mental breakdown.
It's a mental breakdown.
It's the final breakdown.
It's the final breakdown.
Now then, you know what? If we stall long enough, we probably will have Green here to investigate with us still. But let's cease with the stalling.
Let's make like Mario and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now everybody is in the. Everyone's in the bedroom. Xavier, Friedrich, and Wisteria are standing in the door frame. Excuse me. Charlotte and Circe are just standing next to Will. Next to Richie, sorry. Cradling a deceased Torrance.
How does it go roses?
I don't know.
Xavier's gonna carefully make his way over to Richie and put a hand on his shoulder.
Don't worry, Richie. We'll find out who did this.
Oh my goodness, what the hell?
Cough drop?
I did not I did not plan for that. I am wow, okay. So basically, yeah, Monokuma is just mocking
God.
Richie's crying.
Oh.
That was my own punishment.
I thought Monica
and Richie is just too fucking busy just being absolutely grieving to notice.
Alright, Bear, we know the drill.
Who died?
She steps Circe takes a step aside to show.
Huh. The blonde. Oh well. Time to reveal your next Monokuma file! Quit your whining. People die all the time.
Yes, but sometimes not everybody dies while they're in your arms.
Oh. I will admit this is the first time this has happened. I am slipping into Monomi. What the fuck? Have you no sense of humanity? I'm
I
a
think
bear.
that I think that went away the moment he was created.
Much.
You have until dawn.
Yeah, we know.
And then Monokuma disappears. Monomi just looks over at Richie. Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not.
Everyone else, Sarah, would you like to try to get the
Area?
autopsy out of the
Please.
way?
I gotta know.
Yes, I can perform the autopsy.
Just let me know now.
Okay. Torrance has 0 visible external wounds or damage to her body. She is still very cold. However, her face appears paler than usual.
Wait, Oni-chan,
Yes?
we need to check the garden now.
Right.
Xavier looks over to Monomi and says, "Is the front door unelectrified now? Or is it still gonna zap us if we try to leave?"
The doors and windows are no longer electrified. That's how we were able to come in.
Damn bear in the car battery. Xavier looks to the others and says, "I'm gonna check outside for any clues."
Well,
Alright.
okay, but Oni-chan, let's head to the downstairs garden.
Right. And Richie, what would you like to do?
I can't leave her. I need to give her what she deserves.
Give him some time alone. Hang on. Annabelle!
Okay. Let us know if you need anything.
If you need me, I might head outside.
Okay.
An idea what to do.
I can join you if you like.
Out of character, is this Monomi?
This is Monomi, yes.
Yes, she's. You can come. I might need help.
Okay. We're gonna put a bit of a pause in the investigation. Richie would like to give Torrance last rites. Monomi joins you as you take her body to the mausoleum and lay her down in the glass coffin.
God, I hope he was Catholic. Nominis Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Requiem aeternam dona erit Domine, et vux perpetua lucretae. Requisque ad in pace. Anima eos et anime omnium fidelum de autorem peris misericordiam. De requiescans in pace. Amen. God, I hope you're right. I hope you're welcoming her in there right now. Please. She was my everything. Amen.
Let's talk to the dogs.
It's okay.
And then Richie just sits there next to her.
Mm-hmm.
He's just broken. He doesn't know if he's going to end the investigation today.
Okay.
He doesn't think yet.
And it's understandable. He just witnessed the death in his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Charlotte and...
Character, though, I'm still having compiled the truth bullets.
Yes, y'all are still compiling truth bullets. You guys... Circe and Charlotte are in the garden. And...
If there were no external wounds, I do have one possibility, but we have to check the garden shed to make sure.
You wanted
You know
to
what
see if she was poisoned, right?
Yeah, I mean, we did find a half bottle of rat poison.
Mm-hmm.
So if the poison's gone, that means someone used it.
Right. You girls enter the garden. You said, right? The
Yeah,
greenhouse.
yeah, the greenhouse. One of the greenhouse sheds, because it had when we first found the rat poison.
Mm-hmm. You've you don't notice anything unusual except that there is a book.
What the? This shouldn't be here.
Charlotte walks up to the book, picks it up, and reads the cover. Delicious poison.
Delicious poison. Well, that
A
well that would.
book. A book about poisonous foods.
Wait, do you see the bottle of rat poison?
No. Well, not that I, not that I can tell just yet. Charlotte answers, just skimming through the book. She does land on a page that has been dog-eared. Doll's eyes.
I meant besides finding the book in the shed.
I let me continue with the truth bullet.
Okay. Okay.
All right, doll's eyes. These white pill-sized berries are poisonous, the consumption of which has a sedative effect on cardiac muscle tissue and can cause cardiac arrest. There's only one known counteragent.
Which is?
Where is it? Oh, how convenient. That page has been torn out.
Oh, bloody course.
Next to the book, she does see the rat poison bottle.
Let me guess. Empty.
Only a few drops remain.
So this confirms it. She was killed by poison.
And we have two possible poisons here. Rat poison would be yes. And then we have these doll's eyes.
Yep. Either one of them could cause this. But at least the book and the few drops missing from the rat poison bottle confirms it.
Mm-hmm. If I recall correctly, you were still asleep when her body was discovered, right?
Yep.
I'll admit I couldn't sleep very much. So I went out into the hall about an hour ago. And I could have sworn I bumped into somebody. I dropped my candle before I could see who it was I bumped into. So I just tried to feel my way back into the bedroom.
I'm surprised the place didn't burn because of the dropped candle.
I'm surprised too.
But you have an alibi.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, Casta?
At least you have an alibi.
At least, yeah. If only I knew who I had ran into while I was in the hallway.
It's okay. I mean, you couldn't have expected this to happen. And plus, too, the only way to sneak out of here was through that window.
Yep.
I'll admit, I'm a little like it couldn't be me. Like I said, I'm a little scared, a little frightened to come down here. And plus, like on the highest floor,
Hmm.
you're bound to break a bone or two.
Yeah.
Well, what is there anything else that was left behind?
Hmm. I. Unfortunately, I can't see much of anything here that would be considered useful.
Oh well.
Unless out of character, would you like to continue searching, see if you can find one more thing, or would you like to cease your search here?
I'm gonna give it one last shot
Okay.
because it's best to be thorough.
All right. I'm gonna DM you something. Please do not share it with everybody else. And with that, let's move on to, let's see. Let's talk. Wisteria, who are you with? Or are you alone?
Right now I'm alone. I'm potentially looking to see if Friedrich is with anybody.
He is not.
Okay. I might go over that way.
He is still in the hallway.
Hello, Friedrich.
Hmm?
Well, we have another dead body, it would appear, so we should probably get to investigating that. Don't you think?
Indeed.
I personally haven't a clue where to start, as I have been holed up in the library pretty much this whole time, but do you think you have any leads on where we should go and look for?
Perhaps we should start here. Friedrich is knelt down by a puddle of wax in
Ah,
the second floor hallway.
this is wax. It's an interesting substance to find here.
Yeah.
Rather suspicious. I can only think of a couple things, and one realistic thing that would produce a puddle of wax.
It would have to be from one of the candles, since outside of
Precisely what I
our
was thinking.
entrances, inside the entrances, there's no electricity anywhere.
Are all the candles out there still intact? Have we checked that?
Let's check the bedrooms just to be sure.
That would probably be good.
You and Friedrich enter the master bedroom where, well, Torrance's body no longer is, since Richie moved her to the mausoleum. And on the nightstand, there was a candle. It had essentially been snuffed out. It was on Torrance's side of the bed.
Well, it looks like we found our missing candle. You think perhaps Torrance used this candle?
Maybe. Right next to the candle, though, you notice a familiar orange item. A pill bottle.
Oh, this was from
So
back when we got
from her medication, I assume.
the medications some days ago.
I see.
I do distinctly remember Torrance making unintentionally a big deal out of the medication she was receiving. So it would make sense for it to be here with her.
It does.
I'd look inside the pill bottle. Does it have stuff in it?
Nope.
It's completely empty. That's interesting.
Anywhere else in the room that you would like to check?
Are there like any like closets or anything outside of the immediate viewing area?
Since this is the master bedroom, there is a bathroom attached.
Okay, I'd like to check that.
Wisteria, you enter the bathroom. Everything looks unassuming at first. The medicine cabinet is empty. The cupboard under the sink is empty. And then you look in the sink.
Oh my goodness.
You see a dozen white pills.
Well, this would explain where the pills went to. I doubt any medication would be gone within 4 days of receiving it. I do wonder what motivation Torrance or someone else would have trying to dispose of all these, though.
Yes, that's quite peculiar. Friedrich still has the bottle and he takes the pills and carefully puts them back in the bottle.
Out of character here, but tampering with the crime scene?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say.
I picked up on that, but I'm not going to say anything out loud.
Ooh.
Stop getting attached.
Y'all are smart. Y'all are smart. This is what I like about you. Anyway.
And then there's me.
Since you're... Oh yeah, we still need to get Friedrich's alibi.
So, Friedrich, I explained where I was when all this occurred. Where were you?
Well... Ah, correct. I'm trying to type up Wisteria's alibi. There we go. I was visiting the kitchen just now. One of the cupboards was wide open and empty. I was going to investigate further when I heard Richard scream.
So you said that you were in the kitchen and you were investigating something being empty.
Yes.
Alright.
And I am going this very... Ah, crud. There we go. Making sure your alibi's all typed out.
Yep.
And I assume Xavier is still on his own, correct?
Yes. He is outside looking for any disturbances in the snow that look too big to have come from Monomi or Monokuma.
You don't seem to find much of anything. Do you want to head back inside?
Yes.
All right. Before you... And you have the keys, correct?
Yes.
All
Xavier
right.
never gave anyone else the keys.
Interesting. You go back, you take out the ring of keys, and one of the keys is missing.
What? Sure.
You... And where would you like to go from here? Let's see, the kitchen hasn't been investigated yet, the library itself hasn't been investigated yet.
Let's go to the library.
Okay. Just like everywhere else, everything appears unassuming. However, you do notice the notebook by the door, which is essentially an impromptu library checkout. A book called Delicious Poison has been checked out recently, the most recently.
I'm just gonna put library checkout log.
Okay.
So what was it called?
Delicious Poison. The book that Charlotte and Circe found in the garden or in the greenhouse earlier.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm guessing they wouldn't put their name on it because obvious.
Yeah.
Right. There is no entry next to... There is no name next to the entry.
But it is no book that's been checked out. Am I right?
What was that?
It's confirmed though that it's the most recent book to be checked out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
What?
Wisteria was sleeping in the library, correct?
Yes.
Xavier's gonna go try and see if he can find out where Wisteria is.
She and Friedrich are still upstairs.
Wisteria.
Ah, Xavier, what can I do for you?
He gives her the library notebook with
Hurrah!
and kind of shows her that a book, like the most recent checkout. You were the one sleeping in the library. Did you notice anyone else coming in when you were there?
Not while I was awake, no. So this would have had to have been checked out at a time that I was not awake, which probably would have meant early morning. Because I probably would have given anybody who came in a hassle about it. But specifically this section, because I have read some stuff from this section, of the library that this book would have been in. There was nobody that I saw go over near there any time that I was awake.
Someone must have. They also must have gotten one of the keys off of me.
And they would have had to do it at a time that I wouldn't have been watching.
Maybe while we were asleep.
Yeah, so early morning.
As a reminder, it is currently probably 3 o'clock. 3 a.m.
We don't have a lot of time. Do you know if anyone has checked the kitchen?
Me and Friedrich have not yet. Have you?
I haven't, but there's nothing outside that would indicate someone has tried to somehow get outside and back in.
Well, we could try and check the kitchen. Be best to do that before the time runs out.
3 heads are better than 1.
Right.
I suppose.
Is this where we all meet up, or...
Would you like to all meet up in the kitchen then?
Sure.
Okay.
It would make sense, too.
Everyone, except for Richie, of course, meets up in the kitchen.
Hey, guys!
Hey,
Hey,
Me and Onechan found the smoking gun, so to say.
smoking gun. What did you find?
Not
Charlotte reveals. Okay, go ahead, Circe.
not only were a few drops of rat poison were missing from the bottle, but we found a book called The Poison.
that was the most recent book checked out. He shows Circe
Right.
the log.
I knew it came from the library.
I would have been the
I
only
also-
place to get a book on the subject.
I also found a contraceptive to doll eye.
Doll eyes.
You know, another poison.
Wait a
That
minute.
was the
So there
poison
were-
that was dog-eared in the library book.
Hold on. Where did you find this book?
We found it at the
In-
greenhouse garden.
Yeah.
Xavier Point says, "Everyone, you all check in here. I'm gonna go to the greenhouse and check something." He says before running off.
Well,
Okay.
we already checked over the greenhouse. Not only that, but
I don't think he's gonna find anything.
We can't rule
You
out
never know.
everything. You never know.
yeah, you never know.
Well, we
That's-
should spend this time looking here in the kitchen. I take it none of us have looked here yet, so maybe we'll
No.
find something.
Oh,
Out of character, Friedrich said that he was here when Richie woke everyone else up.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Yes?
Onechan mentioned to me about bumping into someone and it made her drop her candle. She
Yes.
Oh,
couldn't-
that
but if you find a drop of wax, that's probably why.
would explain the puddle of wax that we found earlier in the middle of the hallway.
Indeed.
So Onechan didn't see who she ran into.
Well, it couldn't possibly been me. I was down here.
Sleep by the fire. Wait a minute! I just remembered something.
What?
How could they have gained access to the libraries? Aren't most of the doors locked?
That?
Our character Xavier should have been there now because of that, just to reveal, oh yeah, one of their keys is gone.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of left before saying that, so
Exactly. That's why we were like, you should have mentioned that before you left.
Yes.
yeah. Well, well, we need at least someone to look suspicious, don't we?
Yes. Wisteria, Friedrich mentioned something about looking in, seeing that one of the cupboards was wide open and empty.
Oh?
Would you like to look in there for anything?
Sure. I go in the direction of the empty-looking cupboard.
All right.
Open.
To your surprise, it's almost empty. Almost.
Oh?
There is only one thing in the cupboard. A seal for a bottle.
I have a very eerie feeling of what's in that bottle.
Of what that bottle was for, yeah. And I think I know what you know what you're talking about.
There is one unsealed bottle I can think of.
And what would that be?
It'd be the rat poison, right?
Yes, the
No,
rat
the rat-
poison.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you're all share notes in universe too.
Yeah.
Anyway. Huh. Whoever our killer
So-
is quite the litter bug.
What it also means is that they were in the kitchen at some point recently while this was being committed for whatever reason.
Well, the reason is probably to get out of here. Remember, Monokuma's mother did say about getting out of the cold man. But
Yeah. But they went all the way to the kitchen for something. While that probably means that there was something here in the kitchen that they would have needed, lest they wouldn't have came all the way from across camp. over here.
Well, I mean, the book that we found was called Delicious Poison, so maybe they were mixing in the poison with something.
Maybe. Some type of poisonous cookbook, perhaps?
Is there anything else that you guys discovered while we were away?
Nothing really. We found Torrance's... Oh, yes.
We found
pill bottle.
Torrance's medication.
Wait a minute. Was the medication opened or closed?
Opened.
It was open.
Then that's how the so that's how the medicine that's how it got in. It wasn't in via food. Someone mixed in her medication with poison.
That is incredibly cruel.
Cruel, but if someone were to get rid of a person without raising suspicions, that's a good way to do it.
Xavier, would you like to come back now that you haven't found anything that the girls haven't found already?
No, because I remember there was this plant that was in kind of like the closet something.
Oh, yes.
And it had white berries on it.
Wait,
The doll's eyes.
how did we forget that?
So, I'm
Remember, I'm
assuming...
going to this.
So basically, Xavier runs up and says, "White berries!" And nobody has any idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. So yeah. So you're coming in with the bush, right?
Yeah.
And there you go. Huh.
So, what do the doll eyes look like?
They are small, white. They are white, pill-sized berries.
Xavier kind of picks one of the berries off of the plant and holds it up. I think we just found the murder weapon. Hello?
Whoa.
We're still here.
By the way, fun fact. That's an actual thing. Doll's eyes.
Yep.
That's an actual poisonous berry in the world.
Most unfortunate kind, too.
Yes. And you did notice something. There were a lot less berries there than there were before.
Let me guess, the exact same number of berries that would equal to how many medicines were in the bottle.
Pills.
Too many pills, yeah.
Much as I want to throw this into the fire, we can't.
It's evidence.
Mm-hmm. out of character. Xavier, did you say that you had a key missing yet?
Huh?
Did you say that one of your keys is missing yet, or no?
No, actually, I was about to say that.
Okay.
He puts the plants down on the
On the counter?
on the counter and pulls out the ring of keys and says, "Whoever did this somehow got one of the keys."
That would
Oh.
cut out.
Because one of these is missing.
Well,
My best guess is probably the master key.
Maybe.
I would check. I would say, like, let's just check all of the, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a way to say test all the keys on the master bedroom.
Xavier looks at everyone and says, I need one of you to come with me. I need one of you to lock the master bedroom from the inside, and I'm going to test all these keys.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Xavier and Circe walk up to the master bedroom. Of course, Circe locks the door.
And Xavier starts trying all the keys.
None of them open the door.
Except for probably the missing one. Correct?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier yells, "None of them work!"
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna unlock the door!
Xavier kind of takes a step back.
So Circe opens the door. So that confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised though the person who took the keys knew which key to take.
I didn't label them.
Exactly. So someone must have known that one of them had to be the master key.
Or they just got really lucky.
No one is ever that lucky.
You'd be surprised.
So,
Nudge,
of course,
nudge.
now the question is, who has that key? Time to, I guess, search everybody.
Yeah.
So, who to start with?
Friedrich.
Friedrich. Okay.
Yes.
You two head back downstairs to the kitchen where everyone else still is. Any luck?
The master key is missing.
Oh. I'm guessing.
If one of us has the key, might mean we're the murderer. Might not. He turns to Friedrich. Please empty your pockets.
Friedrich sighs. Doing so. Pockets are empty except for his e-handbook. Impressive impressive battery life.
He turns to... who else is alive?
Charlotte.
He turns to Charlotte. Please empty your pockets.
She also empties her pockets and no key. Nothing except her e-handbook.
He basically, Wisteria, please empty your pockets.
I empty my pockets,
Nothing.
but my e-handbook.
Cat, he turns to Circe. Please empty your pockets.
Out of character, I'm nervous after what
Yeah.
after what they found. Then
Yep.
she emptied her pockets, but was confused. That's odd. I was asleep at the fireplace. Oni-chan saw me.
Yeah. Wait, what's the confusion over?
She pulls it out.
The master bedroom key.
Yes, Oni-chan, you saw it. I was out like a light.
Exactly. Exactly. It couldn't happen you.
You guys know how heavy a sleeper I can get.
Maybe someone tried to plant it on you to try to make it look like you were guilty.
Who was around Circe to do so?
Yes.
Charlotte and Oni-chan.
It could have also been Richie, or the highly unlikely option, Torrance herself.
Yeah, because I'll admit, after what's been going on, I don't feel safe by sleeping by myself.
Speaking of Richie, I think we should check up on him.
Where is he?
He's still at the mausoleum. He hasn't left.
He's alone in the mausoleum? Well, technically not alone, but still!
Monomi's with him, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mausoleum.
Before we head off to find Richie, Xavier, where were you
I was sleeping in the attic.
the entire time?
He nods.
And you hadn't noticed that someone had grabbed one of the keys and had taken your key ring and stolen one of the keys from you.
Xavier puts the key ring in his pocket and says, I'm not 100% sure.
As
I wish I could answer your question.
I mean, a possible way to be sneaky was through the window, but it's so high up.
no one could have been able to climb in through the window.
There was also no disturbance in the snow.
Yeah.
Plus, not only that, but every way out was electrified.
Well, not all of it.
Of course, that upstairs window.
Which I mentioned is so high up, and the long way down.
It's 3 stories. It's literally just as tall as my house.
So it's canon. Richie's house is 3 stories tall.
No, like my actual house. It's 3 stories if you count the roof attic.
I'm good with heights, okay?
Well, it's a small. Honestly, if Richie was there, he would just make some muffled joke about chickens.
Speaking of, I think it's time everyone joins him at the mausoleum,
Agreed.
where Monomi is as well.
Let's go.
You guys make your way through the snow towards the gray stone building, lit by candles only, and you see Richie.
Hey, Richie?
What did you guys find?
We did find what killed her.
What did it? Who did it?
Whoa. Don't jump to conclusions. We don't know who, but we know that it was poison.
Someone took her away from me. Someone took her away from me.
I am so sorry.
Richie. We also
You can feel the deal with me, yeah.
than just
Like-
that.
I don't know how close we are to dawn at this point, and I still want to say my final goodbyes, because I know by the time after the trial, I'm going to be buried.
Xavier looks outside to where the sun should rise to see if it's, like, starting to light the place up.
And just
It's not done yet, thankfully.
I should probably tell you, like, my alibi at least.
Sure.
I
another
mean,
fr-
that should be easy. You're in the
It
room
was
with
just
us.
another night. And then it wasn't. I heard breathing. I heard it stop. I woke up. I tried to see if she was awake. Nothing. I shook her. Nothing. I went to her pulse. And I think you all heard what happened next.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah.
We all know. We know you were in the same room as her and us. Like,
You were...
Wait. Right. There were 3 people in the room.
Richie.
Yes.
Then the body discovery announcement go off.
Oh.
Oh.
The body discovery announcement plays when 3 innocent people see the body.
Which means me, and Onechan are innocent.
Well,
You're misunderstanding.
Here's the thing. The discovery announcement didn't play until Friedrich, Xavier, and Wisteria came to the room.
I don't know if that bear was being an extra sadistic bastard, but if he wasn't, I got my fucking eye on you.
it would imply
I just hope
that
it doesn't
the
have to
killer-
come to anything.
What were you saying, Wisteria?
Well, as Richie was implying towards, it would imply that the killer would be one of you 3, and probably not Richie. So one of you 2.
But no.
Did you find anything on them?
Not when... Actually, we did.
We
The
found the
master key was on Circe.
But I was out like a light last night. Onechan saw it.
Shut the fuck up!
I did see some... I did bump into someone in the 2nd floor hallway. I couldn't see them, though, since my candle went out right after.
Both of you. I don't care what you have to say. If one of you ends up having done it, it'll be hard for Monokuma to do his job to someone mangled beyond belief.
Did someone say my name?
Yeah, I did. Now fuck off.
What do you want? Just wanted to check up on you to see how the investigation is going.
We were just giving everyone the evidence before the trial.
Xavier puts his hands on Richie's shoulders and says, "Snap out of it! That bear wants us to fight each other!"
I can wait. I can...
Like, before Richie can say wait, like Xavier just full on slaps him and says, "Don't you get it? Don't you get how hard it is? Do not tell me how hard it is to keep going even though someone you love, someone you've cared about, died!"
As
Why,
Xavier was
Christy, I
yelling
see you're the excited one tonight.
as Xavier was yelling that to him, Circe hold on to Onechan tightly, like she's experiencing something before. And she bubbles.
I know it wasn't you.
I'm
You know you're probably innocent here.
sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
Stop.
Charlotte just holds her tightly, just rubbing her
Back.
back.
Snaps him out of it.
It's dead silent. Circe. But... I'm sorry. I miss her so much.
I know you do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't blame you for being angry.
Just...
Let's just get to the trial, okay?
Oh, well, I still need my time. I'll meet up with you guys when the bell rings.
Yeah.
You better hurry. Time's almost up.
I would just like to point out, I would just like to point out this is one of the rare times Xavier is actually
Just pissed.
snapped. Yeah.
He's thinking of Bonnie.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, one more thing before I leave you guys alone. I didn't think about trapping you in the manor. No. Someone else came to me with that idea first.
Now that motherfucker tells us.
Well, whoever that is, even if they didn't do it, is getting a shellacking.
Don't, because remember Monokuma's rules.
Only
I know.
I can execute the troublemakers. I can't have you doing my job for me.
You forget where I grew up, Bear. I learned how to defend myself.
Richie!
Suit yourself! And then Monokuma pops off. Monomi
Look,
just gives a solemn nod and also heads off.
Look,
just
what I'm
tell
saying
me
is I
this
can
is
hold
gonna be
myself
fun
back.
with this.
I know how to knock out someone and not kill them.
Phil, you shouldn't say that in front of Monokuma!
What does it matter anymore? She's gone.
Yes, but Bonnie is also gone.
I know that. But you got more power. You got a lot more strength than I do.
Then
You don't
lean
think
on me.
Those thoughts every day?
Don't you get it? He wants us to start fighting each other. He wants us to start going into despair. And yeah, I almost did. And I'm not gonna lie. Every day it gets harder to not think that maybe there's gonna be a way for her to come back. But you have to let the reality sink in. Eventually, you have to live because they're not around.
I know how you guys feel
Same.
when Dio died.
Yeah, that... She was a good... Like, despite her committing that deed, she was still a good friend.
Eric, Harjan, Zaya, Lawrence, Bonnie, Lawrence, not Lawrence, Vance, Antonio, Grace, Demi, and now Torrance.
Hell, it was because of Demi that it gave me the idea to make my own Ouija board for you guys.
So that way we'd be able to talk with them again.
Yeah, honestly, fuck everything. I hope it's not you just so I can do that.
If it wasn't for Demi, I probably wouldn't even be cooperating with you all right now. It was her who got me back to talking to people when she came into the library that day.
Silver lining. All of them.
Well,
Remember, sometimes you can't live and keep that and think they're dead. Sometimes you have to start living so you can experience what was robbed from your friends.
Even if she's gone, her impact will live within you.
exactly.
You're right.
Friedrich also just gives a solemn nod.
You're right. You're right.
Out of character group hug from all the
Group
survivors.
Absolutely.
So, and of course, Friedrich is just pulled in, and
Friedrich is just like off in the corner, and
Yeah,
Circe
you'll get in it,
Circe
Phil.
it's like Circe, like everyone just grabs him by the collar and is like, "Come here!"
come here. We're gonna be in a cuddle pile
This-
until dawn.
This is our
Fucking
this is our
Like Cersei's like, cuddle puddle, now! Yoink!
It's like Xavier just says, we all need therapy when this is done, don't we?
Yes. I can recommend a guy. It was already going there.
Like,
God! Actually, one of my friends, when Xavier kind of went cuckoo, he asked, hey, wouldn't, like, hitting someone kind of be out of character for Xavier? And I'm like, no.
Honestly, the group needed something like this.
With all the freaking stress they go through, I don't think slapping someone is out of character.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. We needed a moment like this because in just a few hours, it's gonna go down to 5. Unless
Torrance. I don't even
I
want
don't
to
want to think
about
about it either.
No one does, but
it. Would mean more people live, but that would just suck. That would just suck objectively.
this entire
Anyway,
thing
let-
sucks.
I prefer to postpone thinking about this until we actually have to.
Sure.
Mhm.
Just honestly, I know it's one of you. I hope it's none of you. Just
I know.
at least if she died of fucking natural causes, I would just be like, well, this is technically my fault because I could have protected him more instead of just
We're not letting you blame yourself either.
That would not be your fault.
Well,
Okay, out of character, I play this game, and it has mileage points. Guess what number of mileage points I just got?
666.
1103.
7.
Leon!
Nice!
God damn
Nice!
it!
It's the
Somehow
funny.
Best
Leon was brought in, and now he's the murderer.
Ever.
Campaign's over. Leon did it.
Campaign's over. Leon didn't go home.
Honestly, yeah, out of character, we need this moment of laughter before we go
God.
back into.
We fucking needed that levity. Oh my god.
We needed it, yes.
Thank
Granted,
you, Dev
also-
Sisters. Not
Fucking,
sponsor.
fucking hell! The chat is saying Leon is the culprit now.
Oh man.
Give
I'm
the
a
people
meme.
what they want!
Uh,
That's it. That's the unofficial ending.
unofficial.
That's
That's the unofficial ending.
Unofficial
Officially.
ending. Mastermind is just Robo Leon.
It's just-
Officially, it's gonna be worse probably because you've all watched these episodes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's-
definitely gonna be one of these 6. But eventually, after just staying in the group huddle for who knows how long, you see the sun start to rise.
It's time, you guys.
Out of character, is Monomi or Monokuma actually tearing up at the display of emotion?
Monokuma would not cheer up. Do not
Monomi!
fucking insult us.
Monomi fucking would, though.
Monokuma might do a little fake tear, a little fake little emote.
Yeah,
Honestly,
definitely
like
fake it.
Monokuma would just be like, "This is objectively very touching."
But we gotta
Objectively-
kill someone.
Yes. Look at us. We're talking we're reminiscing. We're talking like we've gone through this already, and we have.
Emotional damage.
All right, everyone. Just time to pick ourselves up and head on over to.
You all going ahead. I got one more thing to do.
Okay,
Okay.
just work
Stay here with you.
out, okay?
We'll be at the pier.
Alright.
We'll be at
Thanks.
the
I'll
pier.
be there. I'll be in there like a minute.
Xavier's gonna stay with Richie.
Could I stay with Richie as well?
I guess you all want to say goodbye too.
Well, I
Very-
feel like even though I didn't get to know her as well as I wish I would like to at least put my skills to some use and maybe give her the proper send-off that she would deserve.
Friedrich
you.
and Charlotte look at each other. We'll meet you there. And the two of them left, and the two of them leave.
We very rarely ever get the chance to say goodbye. But when we can, we're all gonna take it.
To me,
As they were walking, though, Circe stops Xavier.
to me,
Xavier,
Richie is actually trying to make a speech here before
Okay.
doing a symbolic remark, doing a symbolic gesture. To me, family is a lot more than who you're born with. It's who you care about. It's who you love. It's who you treasure more than everything. You were my sister, Torrance. I'll never forget you. The camera then pans up to two little scrunchies in Torrance's hair. A vibrant gold, teal, and forearm blue. We see those scrunchies get removed, and one each now resides on Richie's wrist.
Oh!
A permanent reminder of his sister. Let's go.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Once,
Cry!
once that's done, Richie, also fully in tears. Let's go. For her.
Arm in arm. You guys make the Oh yes, Circe wants to do something too.
Circe stops Xavier. Xavier, I need you to do a little favor for me.
Xavier puts a hand on top of Circe's head. Anything.
She then gives him the handmade Ouija board.
Yes.
If anything happens, hold on to this for me, okay?
Will do. Also, like, Xavier has the Ouija board in one hand and his other hand is still on top of Circe's head.
Aww. Okay. So
Take that as you will.
So
If it isn't
Alright.
too late, I'd like to scatter flowers around the area.
go right
Mission.
ahead.
I don't want to say we're burning daylight, but we're kind of burning night.
Let them grieve.
I know, but
Let man grieve. And besides, like, I know it's either me or her or Richie that's gonna die, so it might as well have Xavier hold on to the Ouija board for the time being.
Yes.
granted, I'm
So
surprised Circe didn't just say, "Get your hand off my head."
Well, she doesn't mind it because, it shows that she's being loved.
she's being loved.
Yeah, because
Yay.
it's not like Xavier's like poking fun at the fact she's short.
Character development.
She's letting it go because of
Yeah, like just a little bit of levity.
yeah. Anyways,
So arm in arm in arm in arm.
and flower.
Yes. After Wisteria surrounds the mausoleum and Torrance's casket with flowers, the four of you head off.
Actually, instead of Circe walking, Xavier just kind of hoists her onto his. He kind of just picks up Circe and puts her on his shoulder.
Aww. One dropping off of a Ouija board at Cabin 1. Later, the four of you meet up with Charlotte and Friedrich already in the boat.
Sorry if we took a while.
It's okay. It's alright.
Well, now let's do it now.
I am
Xavier-
going to...
Xavier gets to the front of the boat where Bonnie would normally be.
Now I'm gonna let you guys be as you all go over the truth bullets. We're not in the trial yet.
Technically, we already did do that.
Without
Multiple
Richie.
times.
I'm just,
Right.
True.
yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to yourselves. I will be right back.
Really?
Hopefully by the time.
The truth bullets with Richie back at the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish that mausoleum was given to us sooner. That way everybody could have had a send-off like that.
And would have been too hopeful for Monokuma.
There's nothing more important to me than for somebody to go out with dignity.
Unless you're Monokuma. Then
Unless
screw
you're
it.
Monokuma, in which case you make a show out of it.
Unless you're
Then he
Monokuma,
also
then you're
says
just a
screw
straight
dig-
bastard.
He also says screw dignity considering the fact of Celestia's execution.
True.
So let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way first.
Yep.
I pray to God that's just the bear fucking up. I like you guys, damn it.
I wish I could say the same too.
God damn. I hate that, Richie putting in the fucking body discovery announcement as a truth bullet. I hate that none of us actually thought, wait a minute. That's an important detail.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that is important
mostly
detail.
because it's usually something that shouldn't be put into consideration usually in the Danganronpa games.
True.
Though this time
Hey,
it
we're innovators.
was. Because and we can probably ask the bear this during the trial, but unless if he explicitly clarifies that it was a mistake, then we can go off that assumption that will point us to the person.
Exactly.
Honestly, I want to see if it's possible to figure it out without resorting to this shit at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
There's
it means we either have to kill Circe or Charlotte, and I don't want to do that. And that means one of them killed my sister. I don't want to hate them.
it'll definitely be better to go over more evidence first before jumping to a conclusion like that.
Yeah, that too. That
Why do we hate those who committed murder? Why not? And why do we always have to always hate them? They were human.
in this
at one
case, it's attachment. She was the closest thing I had here to family, so, and, well, someone took her away.
point.
Of
Then
course,
instead of
it would be just natural.
true, but think about it. Wouldn't a killer sometimes not want to be forgiven?
True, but for once, I don't know if I'm in me, but for the love of God, I hope I do.
Xavier puts a hand on Richie's shoulder. Then use my strength.
Well, I know you've got a lot of that. Thank you.
I'm tempted to say something, but Casta would smack the living shit out of me.
Do it!
Get it out of your system!
Bonnie would know that for a fact.
Oh my god, dude! Wow, I did not need to know that today.
That's why I told Benji.
I would just like to point out, I never specified if he meant that in a sexual way or in a different way. So you get your mind out of the gutters, good sir!
I don't care. I don't care. It implies something, and I don't know what it implies. Just come on, man.
Google how heavy a two-person canoe is.
Anyways.
I don't care. I don't care. I still choose to believe Bonnie did something more.
Because it's funny.
True, but I mean, never mind.
Monokuma's gonna have to miss another trial, but him being in Japan was the only reason we had to put off the session until this week. But
In hand in return, you must draw all of us T-posing on that dang gimmick Tumblr you're doing. Get on
Yes.
oh my gosh. So after that boat ride, yeah, they definitely do feel longer and
Travis,
longer.
you want to know how you said look up how much a two-person canoe weighs?
Yep.
Well, someone actually just sent that to me. Between 55 and 70 pounds.
Oof.
Yeah, Bonnie would need a little bit of help lifting that.
Anyway.
Thank you, Timeless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
At least someone's brain isn't in the gutter.
yay! Anyway, you guys pull up to the island that so many trials have taken place before. Demi's portrait now just has a ghost covering her face. In Torrance, 2 batons in a cross.
Well, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
Xavier kind of looks at everyone and says, "So, who wants to make a bet that Monokuma's gonna go over his usual shtick about how the class trials operate?"
It's inevitable in this case.
That's literally a 5 to 6 odds.
5 to 6?
AKA one of the most certain odds in all of betting.
5 out of 6. Huh.
Wanna know how I know this? Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Just before Peter Capaldi got announced as a doctor, betting odds for his casting went to 5 to 6, and immediately the line shut down. Because that basically means it's a definite conclusion.
But anyways,
Granted, that's oddly specific.
Now then. Let's be. I can't do the Monokuma voice. I can't anymore.
it's okay.
I can volunteer.
Okay.
Oh, also you may want to NPC me for a little bit because I am putting stuff away.
Okay. Trial is now in session. All right.
Someone send me the full. Let's go over the basics. Rem, so I can just do the whole thing.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Just like, and everyone cheers and is like, now, class, you know you love it.
Oh no! Where the fuck? Where is it? Where is it?
Love is a strong word for that.
Where is it?
Find it, Venus, find it.
I am trying to.
Go, Venus! Find it! Find it, lassie! Yes, now I've turned Scottish!
Now you're Now
The
you're
Blue
Scottish.
Ranger.
I'm Scottish!
I'm Scottish!
There we go. I think I found it.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, I hate that phrase, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and the one that has deceived everyone else will be allowed to leave camp.
Why didn't I get you to voice Monokuma sooner?
Because that way we wouldn't have Richie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to speak so much. Also, then you would have to keep sending me the yes and no answers, and that would be kind of clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway,
Any hoodles.
so
Well,
where
let's
do
just
we
begin with
begin?
what we know.
Right.
That was poisoned, and my sister was poisoned using. Apparently, you guys told me something called doll's eyes, and you said it was basically looked like her concussion meds, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So that's a wait. So, so did you all ever find the concussion meds?
As a matter of fact, we did. Tell him, Wisteria.
Yes, we found them shoved
Out
down
of character,
the
did he literally just pull a tell him Nayagi?
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, this dude is me out here!
Oh God. God, who would be Makoto?
Well,
Let's
apparently
just move
Wisteria
on.
Apparently Wisteria now. Wisteria's the Makoto.
Apparently, I'm the Makoto.
Wisteria, say no, that's wrong!
No,
This is a rabbit hole we go into after the stream.
Yes. Anyway,
That's true.
shall we?
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, back to the whole tell him Wisteria.
So we found the pills haphazardly shoved into the master bathroom sink.
Well, that's the way to do it. I'm guessing they're still in there, right?
No, actually. When me and Friedrich were going around and we found them, he put the pills back into the pill bottle.
Why would he do that?
Friedrich, you're a fucking idiot. Even if you want the killer, that would still be tampering with the crime scene.
What the hell,
And
man?
evidence.
Couldn't
Just
possibly
generally-
risk having them fall down the drain.
But
There's such a thing as a drain plug. You could have just done that instead of, like, anything else.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't implying that they were in the sink meaning the killer wanted to get them down the drain?
Yeah. That brings up a curious point. You found them in the sink, but not down the drain, right? Why would they do that?
Wait. If they were in the sink. Oh my god.
What?
This wasn't suicide.
So it couldn't have been suicide?
Doll eyes.
Xavier
The
nods.
The size of the doll eye berries. Someone would mistaken it for the medicine.
Yep, that seems to be the conclusion here. My sister
And
was poisoned.
since there's no electricity in the manor, Torrance could only rely on candlelight. But since, well, all of us were roughly fumbling around in the dark, I imagine she probably hadn't noticed that her pills have been swapped.
Exactly. Oh man, this is getting more deeper than we thought.
And I'm guessing the rat poison we found earlier, that was just a red herring.
Pretty
Would you look
much.
at that? Playing the Clue movie now.
So, if I recall correctly, this is Friedrich talking now. Everyone was roughly in their sleeping arrangements by the time Richard here alerted us to Torrance's demise.
If sleeping arrangements, you mean me sleeping near the fireplace to make sure the fire stays warm, then
Wait,
yes.
sleeping in the fireplace?
I said near.
Oh, sorry, I heard in.
We heard in.
Damn it, Discord.
Oops, it's okay.
Oh, okay, Friedrich. Once we're done, could you please never call me Richard again? That is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
If any.
Oh.
So, fuck! I lost my train of thought. We all lost our and the body discovery announcement didn't play until Friedrich Wisteria and Xavier showed up to the room, right?
Yeah.
Xavier turns to Monokuma. Was
That
an
is a
accident?
very big smoking gun. So, yeah, we kind of gotta know.
Body.
What were you going to ask, Xavier?
What's the Was the body discovery announcement an accident, or did you do it on purpose?
Just waiting for the yes or no detail.
Technically, though, he could not answer it and leave us in suspense.
That's a good idea. You're not getting an answer.
Thanks, Xavier.
You big fucking mouth.
God, I can't have you just speedrun the trial. Would be too easy.
So that's quite a mystery.
Actually, wait a minute.
What?
The test. This test also proves another theory.
What theory?
Xavier fell asleep in the attic,
Right.
Yes.
and the master bedroom door was locked when we went to sleep.
Yes.
So in order to get the keys, we would have to get out of the master bedroom and up to the attic. But how could we if it's locked?
You can unlock it from the inside.
Although,
More or less, you would need to have a co-conspirator. Well, it could be likely that it's you two. It's also just as likely it could have been someone outside.
Exactly.
Remember,
I will say I was outside of the master bedroom for a bit when I did bump into somebody. I couldn't see their face though.
Yes,
Yeah.
but only the true killer can get out.
Honestly, that kind of works as an alibi. But not really, but it's something.
Having
Sorry for blowing up at you earlier, but again, right?
Yeah, we gotcha.
You were grieving.
Another thing
Lamb.
another thing to point out is the other likelihood.
What's that?
Well, the fact that I was out like a light last night.
And yet the master bedroom key found its way into your pocket.
Which means someone could have planted it.
That is very possible.
Which
And
brings me back to
honestly,
my topic
that
of-
also somewhat deters my intentions of Charlotte again. Because no fucking way would she plant it on you.
Well, that brings up something I brought up earlier. Who was around Circe enough to be able to plant it and not really be detected?
Not only that, but I never gave anyone here the keys.
And we're also missing the third clue here. The book.
Yes. Someone checked out a book from the manor's
The
library
poison-
while Wisteria was asleep.
Yeah.
Delicious poisons.
It's a book on poisonous foods, including our doll's eyes.
Honestly, who even knew they were there? I
Who
think
knew
it's
what
just
was there?
out of character. I think it's just Xavier.
Well,
What?
yeah, besides myself and Circe, Xavier went to check out the greenhouse, and he brought back a plant with similar looking berries.
So
Which
you
is
might have
follow.
known that the berries were there.
Nope.
Did you know what they would do?
All that we know.
What you do with them?
The only thing we know is that doll eyes are a poison. That's all.
And I had no idea what those berries were for.
The only reason I know about now that I was for certain that it was doll eyes is the contraceptives that I found, which happened to be near the book.
Contraceptives?
In other words, yeah, it's basically a medication that would help deflect the poison.
So essentially you were saying you found an antidote.
Pretty much.
What, out of curiosity, what was the antidote?
She shows it.
Was the antidote... Wait, out of character, wasn't the antidote torn out? Like, not available?
Yeah, the page was ripped out.
No, like, hang on. Let me check my notes. Because I know what it was sent to me.
You don't need to check your notes.
I DM'd it to ya.
No, I was gonna say she DM'd me this note.
Oh.
I'm gonna read it out loud right now for everybody. Do you feel like sharing it?
I got it. Green rose extract, a counter-agent to doll's eye berries. If administered quick enough, it could bring the effective back to a conscious state within a few hours, found in the greenhouse as well.
Well, fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
TMI! Ew!
You
Also,
found
why
an
a chainsaw?
antidote for... So... If she was... So if those doll's eyes were responsible, then... I think you found what should have been able to save her. That
Yep.
explains the page being torn out.
Exactly. Which, by the way, was responsible to books. I mean, ripping vital information like that just... Oh!
So you... So... Wow. I'm sorry, I'm stuck. Out of character, I'm stuck right now.
The notes! The notes!
We're going... So... Circe, when were you planning on telling everybody this?
I told you guys this back at where we met Richie.
You never said anything about an antidote.
I said a contraceptive.
Okay. My mind went someplace different when you said contraceptive. I think you meant to say counteragent.
Out of character, I am not good with words.
It is okay.
Head pats.
Aw.
Okay? So it's not the character's fault, it's mine.
It's okay.
Again,
It was going
head
for a good
pats.
if that is what the character said. Like, Richie just going, I thought you were talking about zebras.
I am guessing that that Circe tried to say it, but she just got spoken over by everybody. Because I vaguely remember that during that scene.
Yeah, because, like, I did mention See, I keep saying contraceptives.
Just say antidote.
Because I did mention the antidote back at the mausoleum.
I guess we were all too distracted, in a sense, to really pay attention to that bit.
Also, another quick out of character thing. You want to know what Richie said the whole chainsaw thing?
What?
No!
It's a reference
no.
to Heather's.
One, it's a reference to Heather's. Two, he was already planning on laying green roses on her grave when they got back. Fuck!
Oof. So...
I would just like to point out, Xavier legitimately turned to Richie and said, "Why a chainsaw?"
It's a reference to something.
Anyway... Basically, that if we had been more focused, you think it would have been possible that her life could have been saved?
That's assuming we were aware she was poisoned to begin with.
I was about to say that, and plus, too, Richie did say when he woke up she wasn't breathing.
I tried CPR.
And checked the pulse, which was dead.
So,
That is
honest-
quite unfortunate.
I don't
But-
know.
That is
It's
quite
okay.
unfortunate. And that is quite unfortunate. And quite convenient. and quite convenient that we all forgot until now. Friedrich, what are you suggesting? I'm just saying. It is very Xavier was most certainly around the three of you the most, sans Charlotte. Who's to say
There is no way he could do that to her.
And who's to say the planting happened before her body was discovered, though?
Are you insinuating that I killed her?
What are you saying?
I'm suggesting that whoever pickpocketed Xavier wanted to wait until the body discovery to try to frame Circe.
I mean, that's the most likely way to do it, but
That would be cruel as fuck.
Fortunately, would also be smart.
but all of y'all were around me.
That means it could be anyone.
Xavier, you said that you were sleeping in the attic, right? The attic's right above the second floor.
Yep.
Correct.
Were you downstairs at all?
I was only downstairs when you all were awake.
Then by virtue, I couldn't possibly have bumped into you.
Not to mention, if you did bump into me, you would have heard. And then, like, Xavier kind of like rattles the keys.
Bang,
You would have
bang.
also- you would have heard
Wait,
that
I got
too.
a better one. Hold on.
Sure.
Oh.
Alright, Casta, mute your mic until you come back.
got
Actually,
it.
hold on. I got a
I
sound.
got
I'm already pulling up sounds.
I got
for,
it.
like,
I got it.
I actually have my own keys to rattle. Wait, I had them. Anyway, yeah. Let's
I
just
have
say
an-
the keys are rattling.
Yeah.
I have an empty box, so I can do this.
There we go.
have keys too with like a lot of big things. So
Yes. That is true. Plus,
I can make
say for the master bedroom key, Xavier, you had those on you the entire time, so it couldn't have been you.
Correct.
Wisteria.
if it was you, I doubt you would even need the key off at all. You would just try because well, if the key was off, that would just be on my suspicions.
But if the key were still on me, that would also raise suspicions.
No one would question it though.
Because you
We're always on you.
that decided to hold the keys.
And plus, if it were Xavier, he would have planted the entire key ring, not just one key.
Yep.
So he's out. What's... Wisteria, you say you were in the library the entire time, and you had not noticed the
Yes,
library
pretty much.
checkout.
Yep. And I never came out at a time where I encountered anybody else. In fact, I only came out to use the bathroom and then go back in.
Bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Likely the
character,
second-
I need to go use the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead. Likely
All right. I'll be back for like a minute.
Alright. There are only two bathrooms in this manor, the master bath and the one in the second floor hallway.
What time? Actually, yeah, I don't think that it would have been me who ran into you, because I would have remembered that. But I have not been into the master bathroom whatsoever until we were discovering it for the investigation. So I've only ever used the second floor one.
Do you
But
remember a time you used the hall bath though?
Well, yesterday at around 7 in the afternoon, yesterday at around noon. I think that was about it for yesterday.
So not tonight then.
Not tonight, no. Tonight I slept.
But you had easy access to the book.
Yes, I did. However, I was in the library the whole time, so I wouldn't really have much use going through the process of checking it out if I was going to stay there.
Plus, I don't think Wisteria would have just torn a page out and dog-eared another page.
Oh, I hate people who dog-ear pages.
That reminds me, though. If the killer wanted us to be in the dark, why dog-ear the page?
Maybe
Why
so they could
tear out
remember.
another page?
Well,
It's far in advance.
yeah, I was about to say either planning it in advance and it ripped out the most important part, the cure.
But if they were going to strike at night, then why do it?
Simple.
There's no electricity in the manor. We'd all have to navigate by candlelight or our e-handbooks.
Not only that, but when someone's asleep is the perfect time for someone to swap the meds out with the doll eyes.
So whoever did it somehow got into the attic, somehow in the dark, picked the right key. Unless they had a candle.
And I dropped mine, so I had to feel my way back to the master bedroom.
Not only, I don't think the person used a candlelight. If they were, Onichan would have seen the person's face.
That is true. And Friedrich, you said you were just in the kitchen, right? When this was going down? Yes. Clearly I'm innocent.
Not exactly.
And what would you mean by that?
That is where we found the top of a certain poison bottle.
The rat poison.
It may have been a red herring, but someone had to place the herring.
In order to lure off the fact that doll eyes was used.
Not to mention that Xavier holds up the plant. Not to mention there's a whole lot less berries that were on here.
And the color of the berries are similar color to her medicine.
Out of character, you brought the plant with you?
It's
I
evident.
mean, it's evidence, but also, like, why not?
I mean, it's understandable in this case because remember, it is the medicine that's used to kill. You know,
Yeah.
It's practically the murder weapon. You have to bring the murder weapon, otherwise it's not viable.
Also that the handbooks don't have cameras on them, so they can't really take pictures.
Exactly.
That's a design flaw. Get on that.
Huge design flaw.
Xavier turns to Monokuma.
Design flaw. I
Also,
can't bear myself to remove it.
Xavier kind of turns to Monokuma. Also, why didn't you design our e-handbooks to be able to take pictures? Wouldn't that make evidence gathering better?
Immensely easier.
Fine, the next model will have a camera.
If
That
we
insinuates
look
he's going to do this again.
Of course I'm gonna do this again.
Billy!
No.
I didn't say you'd be involved.
Yeah, I was about to say if we live long enough to do that.
Wait! What do you mean? What do you mean I'm probably not going to be involved.
I'm just not crash your party again. That gets boring.
Suddenly a random head pops on over, out of character. It's me. Hey, you two. I love the whole sibling rivalry here, but we're running short on time here.
Ah, crud. Anyway,
Casta, get back here!
shall we get, Wisteria? You're being quiet.
You've got to go at 7, right? 7? Get your time? 7?
Yeah, 7. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got hour and 10.
Hour and 10, let's go. So,
Wisteria, you've been silent all this time.
I
He's
mean, I
not really
think
wanting to talk, I guess.
we've discussed most of the points that I would have brought up.
Sometimes it does take a pair of new eyes to see something different in those points, though. It's always worth a shot.
Hey, Friedrich.
yes?
Do you have any reason for putting the pills back into that bottle, other than just, in your words, preventing them from falling down the drain?
Even though that's the point of that.
It was simply to just keep them from falling down the drain.
But that was the point of why the person was getting rid of them, though. Why put it back? That's tampering evidence.
Wisteria, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I get what you're putting down. They weren't even down the drain in the first place.
Nor were they even in a position to fit down the drain, because they were very haphazardly put in there to a point where they would not have fallen.
Unless you put water on them, though. Then they'll dissolve.
Yes.
That is
but
true. But from what I understand, those pills were perfectly preserved.
Yes, there wasn't really any reason whatsoever to remove the pills, because they were in no danger unless if the person tampering with evidence would have, like Circe said, used water.
Unless, of course, they had planned to put the pills back to make it look, to really sell the whole rat poison angle.
To
And
really
maybe-
sell that good old-fashioned red herring.
And perhaps they put the pills into that area, but they didn't have a chance to put it back in.
Or the
in
light.
time.
But you up.
Or they didn't realize that my sister's pills wouldn't fit down the drain either.
I mean, it was dark.
So they
Could have just tossed it and ran. Tossed it and ran into somebody. Tossing
No,
them.
but even tossing the pills into the drain would cause them to fall down. They were carefully placed there.
And this
The careful placing seems to imply what one of you said, and that is that the original intent of this plan was to put it back into the original pill bottle and sell the rat poison, but somewhere along the line, the delivery of this murder plan got botched.
not only that, but it seems like this perpetrator wanted to keep 2 steps ahead of everyone.
They wanted to have a good strategy. I think I know where the botch came from, too.
Really?
Your sister saved our asses again.
What do you mean?
Of course! This bumped into whoever did this! That's why Sis Onichan couldn't see the person's face! And
It's because they were trying to hide themselves.
So,
Yes. It almost like they were.
Wisteria, would you do the honors? I believe she gave you that moment for...
The honors.
what honors?
I
don't
think
think
you...
we've done a proper closing argument at all during this campaign.
We've only done
What?
one at the beginning.
And that's
Yeah.
about it. But I'm
Let's
guessing it's
pretend
the
we're doing it
honors.
here.
I'm guessing the honors is saying who done it.
Well, let's start this case from the beginning. So it all started when we were, to our surprise, locked away in this manor for the amount of time that we were locked in it.
Monokuma giving us the motive for said murder. Kill someone or be stuck in here with the electricity to all the windows and doors.
And that motive was clearly enough to drive somebody to commit a murder plot that, from the seams of it, seems they put a lot of deal and effort into.
Going up to Monokuma when they found out about the house and saying he should lock us all in there.
And then once Monokuma relented, his murder plan and everything was set into place.
It was planned till later, but there was one flaw in the plan. They didn't.
Good old-fashioned human error.
He had acquired the keys from when Xavier was sleeping. He acquired the greenhouse berries, as well as the book he needed to know how to prepare everything to be right. He got the book while I was asleep. He went to the kitchen and made the stuff and arrangements there. And then, once he had the false pill bottle with the doll's eyes inside, then he used the key that he stole, went into Torrance's room.
Placed the bottle where she could take the pills, but didn't expect Onichan to be out in the hallway.
On the way to Torrance's room, or on the way out of Torrance's room, he ran into Charlotte, making her drop the wax candle.
With the murder culprit not having the candle, it would make an easy escape.
But of course, one had to have a strategy to get out. But then again, strategy can't beat good old-fashioned dumb luck. And you call yourself. You call yourself a fucking you call yourself a chess master, you motherfucking piss drinking, dick sucking, tit sucking piece of shit, ass
Whoa!
science.
Whoa!
Nope, not having that swear in my game. Not
I feel like
today.
Monokuma would eventually jump in and say, "Hey, I condone murder, but I don't condone that language."
If you couldn't tell, because of this opportunity that it gave me, I pulled up a sensor beam.
Yes.
Sadly, it seems like Friedrich's attitude and the way he treated others kind of got to him. It was because of that he wasn't really close enough to where he would have been comfortable staying in the room with Torrance, and because of that, he failed to dispose of all the evidence. And that turned out
You don't
to be
even
what
fucking
doomed him in the
deserve
end.
any of the threats I made.
You're right. You are right. So
At that point, Richie
it
is
was
silent.
you.
He's trying to hold back.
So why do it then? Simply put. No. I'd rather not spoil.
The mastermind, wasn't it?
Could be. But it couldn't be. I'm not
Just
letting.
gonna take that.
Stop beating around the bush.
Monokuma, before I go, I will say, I do have one. I do wish to say one last thing.
Go ahead.
Minerva has made their way into camp.
What?
Well, shit.
Can someone repeat it? Because she cut out on me.
Minerva has made their way into camp.
Minerva?
Well,
Who's
on that note,
who's Minerva?
I say we just get this over with. I've got a very special execution for Frederick Ralu, the ultimate chess master.
Who's Minerva?
We cut over to Richie. He's got his questions, but for now, he's just got a good old-fashioned one-finger salute. He's got his justice.
And
Let's give it everything we've got. It's time.
Out of character. To those who don't understand what he means, he's saying that
I think
Flip the bird.
Yep.
All right. A spotlight shines down on Friedrich as he is escorted to execution and chained to a massive king piece. As more lights turn on, the chessboard around him becomes more visible. His side of the board consists of his king and 15 other pawns. On the other side, all queens. A game of chess ensues, with his pawns getting trounced one after another. His pieces are barely able to make more than one move before Friedrich is surrounded. The sound of footsteps above catches our attention, and wait, whoopsie doodle! I started reading another execution, one of the other executions. Whoops. So
I don't think anyone could tell what it was, though.
Yes.
I didn't even know what it was.
Yes. Finally.
It just seems like all the same thing.
Yes. Finally, one of the queen pieces rushes down towards Friedrich like a truck, knocking him off the board and sending him plummeting to the lake below. And that's where it ends. Oh.
like the execution or the game.
The execution is over, yes.
Sorry, like you left the confusion.
Yeah, thanks for the panic attack you gave me earlier. I play.
Oh. So, let's... Of course. Monomi just shakes her head disapprovingly.
Also, yeah, I did fuck up. It happens.
Xavier looks at Monokuma and says, "When we get back to camp, I need to ask you something in private."
Alrighty then.
All right. I'm guessing, Travis, you're gonna send that thing in private to Greenhand, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not gonna get an answer here. So, the 5 of you board the boat. Sail back to the shore.
I'm really glad it wasn't you two.
Me too.
Same.
Xavier,
Well, now we know the bear is failable, at least.
The bear is failable. Correct.
Xavier just puts an arm around Richie. Just remember, live for those who cannot live for them.
Of course.
There.
But
Yes.
honestly, it's a little easier now.
Since my innocence has been proven, may I have my Ouija board back?
Of course, I set it on my bed, but Richie, would you mind letting Circe in to retrieve her Ouija board?
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
It is roughly breakfast time by the time you all get back. Richie, of course, you say you wanted to go back to the mausoleum.
Yeah. Honestly, you wanna know why I said made that musical references? Maybe musical reference when Circe spilled the antidote beans.
Yes?
I was already planning on putting green roses on a grave.
Aww.
It just made it feel like shit. Just made it feel like shit in the moment.
I feel
So,
like the symbol for this entire Danganronpa story is just a green rose.
yes.
That's in the logo now. It's just it has to be.
It has to be, yes. I'm gonna have to update the logo and add a green rose somehow. But, regardless, Richie, you return to the mausoleum later that day, and just as you expected, her body is gone.
Richie walks over to the gravesite. Finds it. I meant every word I said, sis. I just know, in my heart, you're with Grace now. You're with everyone else, and maybe you're happy. Just send me some luck down here, alright? You always have it. He places the bouquet of green roses on the freshly dug plot. We did it. And then he walks away to join his friends.
And the rest of the day goes by without a hitch.
Has there been something made for Friedrich yet?
His grave, you mean?
Yeah.
Hope not. Richie would just piss on it.
That night, his plot is essentially set up that night. No body to bury, but
Oh.
Yeah, consider the fact that his body just sank.
2 bodies in the water, chained to a giant chess piece.
Yeah, I don't have any meaningful words to say. But we didn't get to play that chess game that he promised that we would get to play.
I mean, in a way,
You'll probably
hold
find
that
some
against
better.
him.
You'll probably find some better chess players out there.
Well, I'll hold that against him. He didn't keep his promise.
I mean,
You're
in a
playing-
way, you technically did, considering the fact that we were solving a murder.
So I'm guessing you're just gonna
this is
play
on
a
the-
chess game with his tombstone.
Yep.
That's oddly
I'm-
that is somehow very, very sweet.
Yep, I
You
brought
got
the
good
little...
feelings. I may hate the bastard. You don't got it if I do.
I mean, I can't say that I liked everything he did, but I think that there was a side of him that wasn't terrible.
Shame we didn't get to know that side.
Well, I did. For a bit.
You got lucky.
I wouldn't call it necessarily luck. But you can call it that if you think that's the case.
I mean, I know for a fact Lux exists. She had it.
Oh, would you look at that? I'm winning.
Oh,
I guess you really didn't expect for Onechan to be walking out at night, though.
yeah. Anything else you guys want to do before the day ends?
Not really.
Not that I can think of.
Alright. You all retire for the night. And morning goes on as normal. Seemingly normal. Suddenly, the doors to the mess hall burst open. And you see two familiar figures in the doorway.
What?
What the shit?
Like Xavier, like the moment that the doors burst open, he drew his sword and like onto a fighting stance.
That
Are we gonna know who it is this week? Are we gonna know who it is this week?
I'm gonna wait until you guys quiet down so I can do the dramatic reveal. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
They are Friedrich and Torrance.
What?
How?
I saw both of them go under. They shouldn't be back yet.
Oh yeah, Venus. I sent you the same question.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Don't tell me.
And that's when the session ends.
Great cheese, Lily.
Sega, you got some splendid news.
The mix-ups of emotions.
I like Xavier seeing them. It kind of, honestly, his mind is kind of thinking two things: how are they alive, and does this mean that Bonnie could be alive?
You never. Well, we'll find out. Next session.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And oh my god.
My point still stands. Sega, you got some splendid news.
I will explain in the next session.
Oh, I forgot. No. Oh man, that would have been before. God damn it.
Not next week, not on the 30th, but the 7th.
No, definitely not next week. I'm gonna be at my cousin's wedding.
Fuck. Man, I just remembered that thing Xavier was told that I was told by Green. That could fuck.
What? You know what? Let's wait until we're actually off the air for you to talk about that.
No, Green specifically said unless I can't talk about it outside of the game. Like what Xavier was told outside of the game. It has to be during the game.
Has to be during the game.
Yes.
Then we'll save it for chapter 6.
Fuck!
We'll save it for chapter 6. Just put a pin in that. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye! Hopefully I don't miss it because I took a goddamn nap.